For thousands of years, a secret tribe of holy men have been searching for the one person who can save mankind from extinction. Their choice has finally been made.
I am the chosen one. I am the chosen one. Let me tell you, you know exactly what I meant. It was sarcasm, it was joking, we were all smiling, and a question like that is just fake news. You're just a faker.
We're here tonight for a simple reason, because together we have to save America. There's never been a time like this. There's never been a time. Murders are surging. Illegal aliens are pouring in by the millions and millions.
New data obtained by NBC News shows over 1.7 million undocumented immigrants were apprehended at the border over the last year, the highest total in American history. And tonight, U.S. officials monitoring tens of thousands more who may soon be making their way north.
You want to go back into this war zone? I mean, you're flirting with it right now. You're not going to announce, and I understand that. But to go back into there, I think people would have to say you're crazy.
We have a great country that's going to hell, and it's going to hell very fast, and we're not going to have a country left. Our country is going to hell, and we're going to make America great again.
Meanwhile, ICE is confirming that Jose Rosales, who's accused of killing Harris County, Texas Corporal Charles Galloway, is in the country illegally when he murdered that officer. The professional criminal has been on the run since 1996. He was wanted for another murder in El Salvador. He was apprehended in Mexico. He will appear before a criminal court later on this morning.
A senseless murder, and it could have been prevented. The number of officers, according to the FBI, killed last year, highest recorded in the past 20 years.
We've been showing you these pictures of the migrants being released down on our southern border in Brownsville, Texas. Bill Malushin's team got a tip a couple of days ago. Apparently, these releases of largely young men, remember we heard it was only families and children and mothers who were being released. Those are all guys that we can tell. These releases, by the tens of thousands, have been going on, Ainsley, since February.
On Saturday at the rally, you talked about the potential, if it's appropriate, of pardoning some of the January 6ers.
Yeah. If I run and if I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly. And if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they are being treated so unfairly.
Pardons? Do you agree?
Lindsey Graham said a couple days later he thinks that's inappropriate. What do you think?
Well, Lindsey Graham's wrong.
No, I don't want to send any signal that it was okay to defile the Capitol. There are other groups with causes that may want to go down the violent path if these people get pardoned.
But isn't that a dangerous thing to say?
Harris, yeah, well, I think it's inappropriate. I don't want to reinforce that defiling the Capitol was okay.
Well, Lindsey Graham's wrong. I mean, Lindsey's a nice guy, but he's a rhino. Lindsey's wrong. Look, they tried to burn down Washington. We're talking federal buildings. They were terrible. Every Democrat city was on fire, and nobody says anything about it. Antifa and BLM were causing such problems, including death. Don't forget, with the exception of one young, fine woman, nobody died on January 6th. Nobody died on January 6th. They like to say 5 people, but nobody died on January 6th. The one person who died was Ashley Babbitt. She was killed by a ruthless man that never should have used his gun to shoot her. She was killed.
And he's a hero to the left. That cop is a hero.
I think it's a disgrace. And in fact, they wanted to shield him, but he couldn't get on television fast enough. I saw his interview. And he thinks it was great that he shot her and killed her. And she didn't have a gun. She didn't have anything. There was no reason to do that. It's a disgrace. But she was the person that died. And they're not treating these people the same way. You don't see, with all of the killing and all of the fires and all of the burning, including of federal buildings, they tried to burn down the courthouses. But with all of that, you don't see anybody going to jail and being treated like these people. These people are being treated horribly. I would absolutely, because some of them are being treated very unfairly. Yeah, I would absolutely give them a pardon
The punishments
if things
are
don't work out fairly.
Punishments are out of proportion to the crime.
Out of proportion, like 20 times out of proportion. These people are being persecuted. And the other ones, when they caught people who killed people, they want to give them the minimum sentence. They're out there fighting for a minimum sentence. No, it's a very unfair situation.
He is losing a little bit of his mojo.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Because some Republicans, like Lindsey Graham, who have been his biggest supporters, they don't seem to be on board, saying they need to be held accountable.
You better be careful, Lindsey, or Trump's going to put out his phone number again. Remember when he did that?
Oh, that's right.
I think Donald Trump is a political car wreck.
Donald Trump plays by his own set of rules, and Donald Trump can do some things and say some things that the party establishment and other candidates on both sides of the aisle know. I could never get away with saying that.
That he's a jackass. He's becoming a jackass at a time when we need to have a serious debate.
And then I watched this idiot Lindsey Graham on television today, and he calls me a jackass. He's a jackass. He's like begging me to help him with Fox and Friends. So I say, okay, and I'll mention your name. He said, could you mention my name? I said, yes, I'll mention. And he gave me his number, and I found the card. I wrote the number down. I don't know if it's the right number. Let's try it. 202-228-0292. I don't know. Maybe it's, it's 3-4 years ago, so maybe it's an old number. 202-228-0292. So, I don't know. Give it a shot. Your local politician, he won't fix anything, but at least he'll talk to you.
Well, round two, Lindsey Graham proved to have quite the sense of humor, hitting back with this video of him burning and chopping and teeing off with his old flip phone. Got some laughs. And now we have round three. Gawker publishes Trump's cell phone number. How does he respond? Let's listen.
Hi, this is Donald Trump, and I'm running for the presidency of the United States of America. With your help and support, together, we can make America truly great again.
Trump just tweeted, thank you, Gawker. Call me on my cell phone. As you can see, 917-756-8000, and listen to my campaign message. Who do you think wins this round?
Yeah,
Donald
absolutely,
Trump?
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
It's almost like nothing can wound him. That's how it looks right now when you look at the polls with his performance as a front runner.
Is this a sign that maybe people are going, come on, man?
Come on, man.
It's Lindsey Graham to me. I mean, he was on this show several years ago, and I said to him, he was rather measured when he was here. I don't know if you recall this. He was very measured. He was not crazy the way he's been with Trump. And I said, well, how many more years have you got? He said, well, I've got 6 more years to go. So that's why he was, but now he doesn't have 6 more years to go. So now he's calculating, how can I win the next time? And he sees.
You are up for re-election, and you are likely to be running against a man named Jamie Harrison in what some say is actually going to be a pretty tight race. Jamie Harrison outraised you by $2 million last quarter. Are you concerned about this opponent?
We'll have an election in November, and I make a prediction. I think I win.
Lindsey Graham is headed back to the U.S. Senate from South Carolina. Jamie Harrison, despite a flood of outside money, especially at the end of this thing, could not do it, could not convert it in the state of South Carolina.
He'll vote whichever way.
I don't think
He's
that
not
his
up
vote
for
for
election
this.
for 4 more years.
Well, he's
no,
not
it's
in
not
26.
4 more years.
Lindsey Graham is like
it's
a
4
weather
more years.
barometer when you.
Despite close polling before the race, Graham ended up winning by double digits despite Harrison setting a record for fundraising.
I find your thought process so bizarre. And I'm straight in my brain. Do your homework.
Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and others, these radical left people. I mean, you have the vice president trying to bail everybody out of jail, but they weren't in jail very long. It was pretty easy to do.
Yep.
And some of these people are not guilty. Many of these people are not guilty. What they've done to these, and in many cases, patriots, they're soldiers, they're policemen, what they've done to them compared to what they've done to the other side, you know, you have to have equal justice, and this isn't equal. No. So I would absolutely be prepared, and Lindsey Graham doesn't know what the hell he's talking about if he says that, because you have to have equal justice. It's very, very unfair what's happened to this group of people.
What I am worried about is the country. 4 years of Donald Trump will be very hard to overcome, but we can. 8 years of Donald Trump will fundamentally change the nature of who we are as a country. It'll take a generation or more, for us to get back on track.